Hello there, this is Rom Wills coming back at you with yet another podcast. Birds of a feather. Once again, this is made possible by the generous donation of one of my homeboys from my old neighborhood. You know, that whole North Michigan Park, Puerto Rico Avenue, Taylor Street, Brookland, Turkey Thicket. Man. Oh, man, I got some memories around there, right? Let me read what this brother said. Well, most of it anyway. Rom, do birds of a feather flock together? I was out with this socially wholesome young lady, and she seemed very down to earth and almost as if she's not out there. It even took me 2 dates to hit it. Okay, see, that's how I know. That's one of those ways I know. Dude, God, he's so It even took me 2 days. That is a long time. They be like, damn, man, it took me 2 whole days. It get really bad. Some dude be like, man, it took me 2 whole hours. Man, I'm going to tell you what. That's why I'm focusing more on select people. They more entertaining. They'll be complaining. The player problems are totally different. 2 whole days. I'm going to fuck with that brother about that. I'm going to tease him, man. Hey, man. You ain't played you thought you were, man. It took you 2 days to hit it. However, I met one of her girlfriends the other night, and it definitely made me raise an eyebrow. Her friend is a cold freak. I got that vibe almost instantaneous, right? Oh, that's another thing, too. If somebody really in the game could just read a woman, man, she don't have to say anything. Anyway, when the woman I knew, the friend left and said, the woman I knew, she left and her friend said that she'll spread her legs open for anyone who arouses her. And then he said the woman that, the wholesome young lady, she went to the bathroom. Her friend started rubbing his shaved head and he said, keep touching me like that and I'm going to take you in the alley and tear that ass up. And the woman had another look shocked, but he was serious. So his question is, since she hangs with a freak, does that mean she's a freak? Right? All right, bruh. You in it, but let me give you some OG knowledge about that. Yeah, she probably is, fam. She probably is. I'm going to tell you something there. I'm going to tell you something in general. Just like in general, right? Just like in general. And, he went on to say he knows some street cats that are real thugs, but he's not a thug. And like me, he grew up around some street dudes, but made it out. One thing. Okay, I'm going to use a thug example, right? If you hang around that, there's a little bit of that in you. You got to have some commonality to be comfortable with somebody. I was comfortable with the thugs and stuff because I had a little bit in me, my uncle, man, he was like a real life Alonzo Harris, and grandfather, well, he was a numbers runner, right? So they had a little bit in them, right? So this woman, if you get some woman, like one's like out there and the other ones ain't, and I've seen situations like that where the one woman, she out there doing her shit and the other one may look innocent, but the innocent one really an undercover freak. Yeah, that woman had it in her. But see, some women know how to hide their shit. That's why I'm going to tell you what. I look for signs of the inner freak in a woman. In fact, that's part of the game. You got to speak to the freak in a woman to open her up, right? And, if a woman is comfortable with that, because if a woman's all pious and she ain't that type of woman, what's she doing hanging and being real cool with someone who is? Because women do be talking. Trust me, I talked to a lot of women. They broke it down to me. In fact, anybody who really understands women know they probably talk about sex way more than we do. Anybody who don't say that, I can guarantee they never really been around enough women. Right? So, this freak, she gonna be always talking about, probably talking about what she doing and all that. There's some in that other woman, even though she looking all innocent and something that is in agreement with that and probably does it, but just knows how to keep it quiet. And I've never seen that to fail. You see one woman and she look like polypurite or something, And I started looking at her friends and how she behaving. And I've told some women straight up. Some of them got mad at me. I said, yeah, you a bit wilder away from me, ain't you? And they be like, they get indignant and stuff. And then they finally admit it. Say, Rom, you playing too much. Rom, you so nasty. I don't do stuff like that. All right? I remember a friend told me a story, man. He told me a story. It was like, he knew, it was like in a circle of people, and he knew this one woman like, oh, I don't do stuff like that, be making midnight booty calls, right? So, it was him and some fellas hanging out, right? You know what fellas, we talk some shit. They were talking some shit, drinking, laughing, talking about whatever, right? Got a knock on the door. It was the same woman who said, nah, she don't get down like that. She was over there dressed up. Dude had forgotten that she was supposed to be coming over. Yeah, see, a lot of those women on the innocent side, they be making those 12 to 5 runs. Be 2 o'clock in the morning or something, knocking on somebody's door. And I'm telling you, I like those innocent ones like that. And you know what? You look for any sign. Like I know a young lady now. Right? She seem all quiet, all pious. You talk to her, say, what you doing this weekend? Oh, I'm going to Bible study and everything. But she's smoking vapes, and I'm like, always got some tight shit on. And I'm just looking like, yeah. Because what you gonna have, it's like one of my street mentors said, right? Sometimes you see that woman, she dressed up, got that business suit, she looking all conservative, but if you can get under there, she wearing a thong and got that lace bra on, right? Got a few tattoos. I actually know some women, let's just say I experienced some women on the surface, they look conservative, look like librarians or something, but you get past all that. You got some of the most creative tattoos, and especially that hoe stamp. You get one of those women, they bend over slightly, you be like, damn, I didn't think you had something like that. Seriously. So usually, because I'm gonna tell you what, if you want an idea about anybody, look at the company they keep. People will always hang around somebody similar to them. I mean, that's who, because they can relate to them, right? Like a bunch of like divas, they're gonna hang around other divas. They ain't gonna have some plain Jane in their circle unless that plain Jane is like related to them. Bunch of plain Janes are generally gonna hang around each other. But when you get something where the woman all wild, she a freak or something, throwing it at people, and then you get that other woman seem all innocent, trust me, she got that in her. She got that in her. Now, it might not be to the extent of the one who has it out in full, right? Might not be to that extent, probably isn't, but it's still there because she got to be comfortable with being around that person. So, and that's some game anyway. Always pay attention to a woman's friends, because first of all, a woman's friends, and I did a video a long time ago on it. I say if you pull that one woman, you got to pull her friends, because if they get in her ear, they don't like you. They going to get in her ear. So that's something you need to pay attention to anyway. But, if she looking all innocent, but her friends like, dressed like they about to hit the strip club. Oh, she one of them, but, for whatever reason, she got to hold back. She might have conservative parents. She might have a certain type of job. But it's like one of those things, it reveals who the company we keep says a lot about us. Like I say, I can tell a lot about a person by who they choose as a mate. I can tell who they choose, male or female. Like, I ain't gonna get deeper into it. Get about 100 response videos if I point out something. But it's something I said in other videos. I'll let y'all figure that out. But yeah, birds of a feather. Yeah, if her friend's that way, there's a good chance she's that way too. So anyway, I'll talk to you later. Peace and blessings.